Welcome back. All right. So, Minnesota, it's interesting. So, I just did the Toronto review, and it feels like Toronto might be ready to cast off that reputation of not making it very far in the playoffs, as in not getting out of the first round. It feels like Minnesota might be on the verge of something too. Now, of course, in round two, they would likely face the Colorado Avalanche. That's a whole different monster than the St. Louis Blues, clearly. If you're a Blues fan and you're already yelling, well, we're missing all of our defense, I can't deny there are some very important defensemen that are missing, and another one goes down tonight. But Minnesota's playing well. So it's Fleury versus Husso in this one. Early chance for the Blues. However, the puck goes the other way, and Greenway would score on their first shot from Eriksson Ek and Foligno at 39 seconds. To their credit, the Blues try to answer. It didn't go well. At 2:18, Kaprizov scores from Hartman. So the O'Reilly line's job was to shut down Caprisov. The funny thing was, the announcers immediately are like, well, I guess Craig Berube's going to have to figure something else out. If O'Reilly can't stop Kaprizov, I'm not sure which other forward for the St. Louis Blues would be expected to do the job. And that's not a slight against the other forwards for the Blues. It's a statement of how good O'Reilly is. O'Reilly's fantastic. So the fact that Kaprizov's able to burn him tells you how good Caprisov is as well. So after being denied on a break, he banked it in off Husso's skate. It was a smart move by Kaprizov. Husso made a nice save on the initial shot, and then Kaprizov just banked it from behind the net, in off his skate. So it was a nice one. That was only the third shot, because the second one was the denial by Husso. And to this point, the Blues already have 5 shots. They have 5 shots at 2:18, and they're down 2-0 when the other team has 3 shots. So it didn't feel like the score necessarily reflected the play, although I will say this, the number of high danger chances that the Blues were giving up was indicative of how well that the Wild were playing early in this. And I think it also indicated just how banged up this blue line is for St. Louis. So Kyrou had a rush chance that deflects wide. Eriksson Ek then had a fast break. That was saved as Husso tries to recover from a rough start. Wild get a power play. Brodin's shot was saved. The Blues did kill that off. Eriksson Ek then had a rush chance. That was saved. Eriksson Ek was everywhere tonight. Net feed to Goligoski was blocked. Kaprizov can't bury one. Many prime chances for the Wild. Again, prime chances, high danger, whatever you want to call them. I refer to them as just prime opportunities. But yeah, they had a lot. Then there's too many Wild on the ice, so the Blues get a power play. And this is where the Blues really needed a goal. The Wild don't let them set up. They don't give them those opportunities. Perron has a chance that's saved. It's deflected out. The Blues do press after the power play ends. They did outshoot Minnesota in this period. And then Kaprizov had a chance that was held with 9.8 seconds left. So again, Husso kind of recovers. He saved the final 9 shots of that period. And so going into the second period, it's 2-0, but it's the Blues. So being behind after the first period during the regular season was not a problem for St. Louis at home. They were very good at coming back after being behind. Early Blues chance won't go in the second. Merrill then had a rush opportunity. That was kicked aside. Husso denies Kaprizov, who was, again, everywhere tonight. And then this is where they talk about the fact that Krug, who had been hit by Delorier in the first, would not return. So lower body injury, and Krug's out. And with Krug, it's interesting with him because he is a fighter. So if there was any way he could have come back and played in this game, he would have. So my guess is Krug probably doesn't play in the next game either. So it just snowballs from here. Because Torrey Krug, of course, is a really good power play point man. I mean, they still have Falk, but yeah, their depth on the blue line is eroding very, very quickly here. So the shots are 4-2 for the Wild at 5 minutes, as now they're starting to get that momentum in their favor. The Wild press at 6 minutes. Duhaime has a chance that's saved. Thomas to Buchnevich. Near miss on that. Then the puck goes the other way, and it's in the net. 7:44. It's Zuccarello from Kaprizov and Spurgeon. So, Thomas, Buchnevich, they're trying to get that goal, make it 2-1. Instead, the puck goes the other way, and it's 3-0. And that to me was kind of a backbreaker for the St. Louis Blues. And that one went over Husso's shoulder, and we get the Boo Birds in St. Louis. I get it. They paid a lot of money to watch this game tonight. I don't know the ticket prices, but I guarantee it was a lot because it's NHL playoff tickets. So from this point, the Blues did try to answer. Mikkel has a blast that's saved. By the end of this series, I think Mikkel is probably going to be the number one defenseman at the rate that the attrition's going on. The Wild weren't giving the Blues much. Falk fires one wide. Brodin clears it out. The Wild press with 7.5 minutes left. Caprisov, again, I just felt like it needed to be on the board. He's the best player on the ice by far at this stage. 3:52 left. The Blues get a power play. The Wild are shot blocking. They're clearing the net. Buchnevich then ends up going to the box. So we get 27 seconds of 4-on-4. Buchnevich was not happy with that call. The Wild would get a power play after that. Tarasenko has a rush chance that's kicked aside during the 4-on-4. Then Spurgeon during the 5-on-4 for Minnesota had an opportunity that was also kicked aside. Everything's killed off. It's 3-0 going into the third. 22 seconds into the third period, Eriksson Ek scores from Foligno. So Joel Eriksson Ek gets the goal there, makes it 4-0. So here's the weird thing with this series. This is the third game. In all three games, if the team scores first, they score the first 4 goals. So that's a weird one. That's an odd one. We'll see if that continues in game 4. Kyrou then had a rush chance that wouldn't go. The Blues get a power play. Thomas to Kyrou was blocked. Kyrou was denied shortly after, but O'Reilly would score on the power play. He scores from Parayko and Perron at 2:17. So it's 4-1. There's 17 minutes left, and it is the St. Louis Blues. This is a team with 4 lines. They can do the swarming offense. So while it still looks like a pretty safe lead for Minnesota, again, it's the Blues, and we've seen them come back before, right? Then there was a post for Thomas as the Blues press for another. So you can kind of sense that next goal, Kyrou gets robbed by Spurgeon. Spurgeon blocked one out there. Fleury holds Fleury holds onto the puck while he's surrounded by blue jerseys. It was a shot from way out. He's like, I'm not giving it up because it was just all Blues at the net there. Thomas was robbed. He looked skyward there. The shots are 8-4 for the Blues at the half. They were getting opportunities. Of those 8 shots, I'd say probably 6 of them were really good opportunities. Momentum's with St. Louis, but again, they're still down 3. Zuccarello couldn't bury one. The clock is now working against the Blues. They pull the goaltender early, and it takes 8 seconds after they pull the goalie for Minnesota to hit the empty net. It's Brodin from Hartman at 12:31, and it's during the crowd singing Country Roads, so rude. At least wait till they're done. Rag the puck around, let them sing the song, and then bury it into the empty net. But it seemed like odd timing to me. Now, I'm not usually one to say anything about the early goalie pull. I get it. You're down by 3. But St. Louis had some real momentum going on. And I really thought that they might be able to get one just playing 5-on-5. Or maybe with that pressure, they could get a power play. That empty net goal just wiped them out. That was the end of any thought of a comeback, and the players, their whole body language showed it. So, Husso saves the Jost chances now. St. Louis is not driving the play in the third period. So, the spirit's gone out of their game. The Wild were getting chances now in the final 5 minutes. They get a power play with 4:12 left. It's killed off, but it doesn't matter. Minnesota's not, having any sense of urgency in that power play. They're not trying to score on it. They're just looking at the clock and going, it takes another 2 minutes off, and nobody get hurt. Greenway and Joshua get chatty. So Greenway is not very popular with the opposition, which is standard. Greenway will try to knock guys off their game by chatting them up and upsetting them and just chirping away. 1:25 left. The Wild get another power play. Just a really frustrated St. Louis Blues team tonight. The Wild do kill off the clock, and I thought it was a perfect road game. I did. It might have turned. Again, it feels like that empty net goal, and empty net goals don't usually mean a lot. And again, it's 5-1, right? I just felt like St. Louis might have been on the verge of one of those legendary comebacks for the St. Louis Blues, and it just doesn't happen. So Minnesota, great game. They're leading the series 2-1. Maybe they take the Blues out. So 3 stars are Caprisov, Fleury, and Eriksson Ek. No argument with any of those. Shots are 14-12 St. Louis in the first. 10-8 Minnesota in the second, 11-8 Minnesota in the third. Minnesota outshoots St. Louis 33-30. Power plays Minnesota 0-4. St. Louis 1-3. The hits were 33-17 St. Louis. Fleury saves 29 out of 30. Husso saves 28 out of 32. Keeping in mind he allowed 2 goals in the first 3 shots. He did all right after that, but I'd be kind of surprised if they don't come back with Binnington in Game 4, because the spark they need to tie this series might be found with Binnington in net. I'm saying might. Could. That being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you're a Blues fan, do you think they come back with Binnington in Game 4? And do you think, again, with the amount of injuries on the blue line and just with how well Caprisov's playing, is there hope for St. Louis? Or are we already ready to say, yeah, no, Minnesota looks like the better team and probably wins this round? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.